Poi musicality. It's a term that's been floating around to talk about the evolution of poi as a dance and art form, but how exactly do we achieve musicality with our poi spinning? I've been exploring poi dance through the lens of musicality now for years, and I'm here to give you the cheat sheet on how to accomplish just that. Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And in this video, I'm giving you 5 different skill levels of exercises to get you started on adding musicality to your poi spinning by way of rhythm. But before we dive in, I do want to just give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Fire Mecca, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, and Ultra Poi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these awesome companies and the work they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links down in the description of this video. And special thanks to the non-business friend of the channel, Pekka Pekkonen. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, my work, and my mission. So it does need to be said right from the jump that musicality is a massive topic that I couldn't hope to do justice to in just a single video. But what I am going to try and do is produce a series of videos, of which this is the first one, that'll tackle musicality from a number of different angles. From playing with rhythm, to looking at melody and lyrics. There's a bunch of different ways that we can plug into the music that we're performing to. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 different exercises that are going to help you tune in to what I think is the most fundamental and important part of any piece of music. That is the rhythm, the beat underlying it, and how you can get your poi to move in concert to it. Now for each of these exercises, I'm going to be starting you off with just one trick to work on to develop your rhythm. Now, it should be said, each of these tricks is being selected just as an entry point or a gateway, because there is no one poi trick that conveys rhythm. But there do happen to be a whole family of different poi tricks that have properties in common with the one that I'm sharing in each exercise. So, I'm going to not only share with you that one poi trick, but also embellish on it and show you other poi tricks that accomplish the same goals. I'm going to give you these exercises in skill level from beginner to intermediate and all the way into advanced so that no matter where you are in your flow journey, I've got an exercise that I hope is going to be helpful. So, let's dive in. Drill number 1, beginner, beat. Yes, the beat of the music is indeed what we're trying to key into here, but what I'm referring to in this example is actually the beat of the poi. That is, every time you spin it, when it hits a downbeat or an upbeat. And trying to make sure that that coincides with the beat of the music. You can think of this as the simplest way that the poi can tie into the beat of the music. After all, the very first thing we learn to do with poi is just keep it spinning. So if we can do that in tempo to the music, our audience is definitely going to pick up on us working these two elements together. And so, with that in mind, the trick that I'm going to have you use for this first exercise is just a thread the needle. If you don't know how to do this one, I'm going to go ahead and include a link to a tutorial on it up in the cards as well as down in the description. But essentially, this is performing a butterfly and just swapping which hand is on top each time. We're just going to be doing this in time with the music. All right, so now to add music, but also to do a little exercise that we're going to need for each and every drill on this list. Let me show you what I mean. First up, music. Cool. So now I need to go ahead and beat match the poi to the music. That is, I need to find the precise length of the poi that matches up every time I spin the poi with the music without taxing me too much. So just to start with, at full length, I can get the poi to match up the bottom part of the beat with the downbeat of the music and the upper part of the beat with the upbeat of the music. Not bad. Now if I go to medium length, if I go real fast, I can match precisely with the beat of the song. And if I go to half length, I can hit every single beat. But I kind of want this exercise to be a more relaxed one. So how about we go with that full length feel? Sound good? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. 1. Not bad. And if you feel inspired to add a little bit of footwork, that never goes amiss. You can also do this exercise up around your ears with, say, shoulder reels, a windmill, or even a 3-beat weave. In each case, you're just looking to match up the downbeat of the poi with the downbeat of the music. Awesome. Drill number 2, beginner intermediate stalls. So I have to admit, this is probably my favorite tool for matching the beat of the music. I first keyed into this by watching the work of G, the British poi spinner who popularized the use of plane breaks. Stalls are a great complement to the beat of any music because, well, they already look really percussive as is. But really, you should think of stalls as being kind of a placeholder here for any 0-point trick. That is, it could be stalls or pendulums, it could be point isolations, shotguns, you name it. Any moment where you get the momentum of the poi to just stop dead in its tracks, just like a drum beat. For this exercise, we're going to keep things simple and just have our poi spin around and perform down stalls on either sides of our body with a little beat in between them. Once again, that's to make sure that we're taking care of that upbeat as well as the downbeats. And once again, I will include a link to a tutorial on this trick up in the cards as well as down in the description. And I've already taken the liberty of beat matching this song, and I know that I want to work with poi that are about half length. So let's add music. Five, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. And once again, we can add some footwork. I'm just doing little coupes with my feet as I go from side to side here. And of course, we can also do upstalls. Or pendulums. Point isolations. Shotguns. And there you have it. Drill number 3, intermediate, volume. Volume actually ties into the beat matching exercise that I showed you in our first drill. Namely, the bigger the circle the poi is traveling around, the longer it takes to get around it, and therefore, the more possible beats it eats up. We can use this to our advantage by adding our arm to the size of this circle, and therefore, make the poi be able to switch instantly back and forth between shorter beats and longer beats. We can use this to emphasize specific beats in the rhythm. Alright, so our poi trick for this exercise is going to be hip reels. Namely, hip reels in together opposites, right next to our hips here. I, of course, am spinning my poi in a reverse butterfly where it's going outward, and I'm switching which hand is behind and in front every single beat. Now, I'm going to count off 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 1 of every measure, boom, whichever hand is in front is going to do a much bigger circle, an extension from my shoulder as it works its way back. That way, I can be seen to emphasize the beginning of every single measure as I'm beat matching here. All right, so now it's time to add music, so let's do that. Oh, fast and funky. I like that. Cool, here we go. See how the big arm accentuates the beginning of the measure? I can also add my foot in there if I want. We can also do this with some other tricks like 3-beat weaves. Or windmills. Pretty cool, huh? Drill number 4, intermediate advanced, flowers. Flowers are one of my favorite challenges to match up with the music, and specifically, I'm talking about those moments when we hit the tips of the petals inside those flowers. If we were to just stick with the beat formula from our first exercise, we would wind up with a very different feel coming out of our flowers because they tend to have an odd number of downbeats for the number of petals that they have. But if you focus on when the petals themselves are being performed, it can suddenly become a percussive moment. And for this example, I am choosing my favorite flower of all time. That is split time opposites anti-spin flowers. And I'm gonna try and hit a beat at the tip of every single petal, like so. You'll also note I'm once again keeping things short because I have already beat matched to this song. All right, let's add music to this one. I've already taken the liberty of putting it on. Notice how I'm having to speed up and slow down just a hair in different parts of the flower in order to get it to match the beat, which is totally fine. We can also do this in split time, same direction. As well as in spin. Heck yeah. Drill number 5, advanced, throws. All right, so it needs to be said that every single exercise that we've played with on this list involves taking a poi trick and making it feel percussive. And there are ways to make poi tricks feel percussive that you might not otherwise think, such as when they leave the control of your hand and when they return to it as well. Throws really are the ultimate challenge when it comes to matching the rhythm of the music. The reason being that as soon as they leave our hands, we no longer have control over them. We have to hope that we gave them enough speed and enough energy to get through their throw just in time. So for this exercise, we're going to be using a repeating pattern that's going to allow us to throw each of our poi in turn. It's going to use in-spin throws. That is, that type of throw where we have the poi kind of tumbling over its head in midair, like it's performing the petal of an in-spin flower. The entire pattern is going to look like this. We're going to do a pendulum out to one side with both poi, and as we come back, we speed things up just a little bit and have one poi do an in-spin throw as the other one does a quick beat behind our back, and when we catch the poi, we do a little pendulum out to the side. So, throw, beat, pendulum, throw, beat, pendulum, throw, beat, pendulum, throw, beat, pendulum. Like so. All right, so let's add some music and see if we can synchronize our throws to it. Nice, a little funky to take us home. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. You do have a little bit of leeway, and when you make the catch, but not a lot. You can also do this with no beat throws. And switch back as you see fit. Not gonna lie, throws are not my forte, but I did just want to demonstrate this technique. So there you have it, friends. 5 different ways that you can start to work on your rhythm and musicality with your poi to match up with the music that you're listening to. So clearly, I have just scratched the surface in this video. And if you're curious to learn more, I do have a way that you can go deeper down the rabbit hole. I teach poi dance classes live stream every Tuesday on Crowdcast. I give my students practical exercises that help hone their musicality through a variety of different drills. And all the classes are recorded. So if for any reason you can't make a class live, you can always watch the recording or go back and revisit it anytime you want to brush up on the topics that we covered. My next session starts up on March 18th. You can sign up at the link down in the description, up in the cards, or the one listed on screen. Did you get anything out of this video? Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to help other people find it and to help my channel grow. This video would not be possible without my amazing supporters on Patreon. In particular, I'd love to give a shout out to my Flow patrons who are listed on screen right now. Thank you, all of you are awesome. And if you out there watching are not currently a supporter, but you like the content that I create and you'd like to see me make more of it, the best way to make that happen is to go sign up to support this work on Patreon over at patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. There you can get access to a whole host of awesome rewards, but better than that, you'll be helping me out in my mission to bring poi spinning and flow arts to the whole world. So go check that out. Please and thank you. And if you're interested in applying these lessons, I've done videos on how to write poi choreography that I'll go ahead and link to down in the description as well as up on screen. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to get out and flow today and get some dance in there, and I'll see you with a new video real soon. Take care now. Peace.